You're listening to Internet Radio America, the radio revolution.
And now on Internet Radio America, it's Liz Havlin's Crafted with Pride, made in the USA. The call-in number tonight is 617-381-4700. And now, here's Liz.
Good evening, America. It's Monday evening. It's March 19th, 2012. I'm just so glad that you could be with me tonight at Crafted with Pride, made in the USA. I'm really proud of the show that we have tonight. You know, the show's really evolved over the last couple months thanks to our listeners letting us know what they want to hear about. So, all right. So, our first guest is Curtis Lynn Cook, and he is a singer-songwriter, amazing guy. He's one half of a set of these great guys. The other guy's Joe Kent. And, Curtis Lynn Cook, he's going to call in tonight, and he's going to be speaking about his music. And they wrote and sang the, Watching America Idol, which is the theme song for the month of March for Crafted with Pride. And then coming up, we got Josh Miller. I don't know why I say it that way. It's just fun. Josh Miller. And Mr. Josh Miller is on a journey. He's making a movie about Made in the USA. And you can visit his website. That's Josh Miller at USA 30. That's the number 30. So USA30days.com and check him out. He'll be on this evening. And then we also have a very special lady. Near the end of the show, it's Debra Harrison, and she's written a book, A Monster in My Room. Born, bred, and printed right here in the USA, so she's going to call in and tell us all about that. So I'm just really glad that you're out there. And so let's go over some Made in the USA news. Made in the USA news. I guess there's a big scandal about there's a Made in the USA company in North Carolina, actually Brevard, North Carolina, which is also where the Made in the USA store is, Hunters and Gatherers. But anyhow, so there's an entrepreneur out there, Made in the USA. Dream Factory Dream. He said, I'm going to invent a product. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to get a patent. I'm going to put this product out there. I'm going to grow my company for over a decade. And then look what happens is a company in China ordered one and had it shipped from California to China. And then, lo and behold, less than 2 years later, this product's out on the market, and it's just tremendously annoying. It also brings home a point that, really, Made in the USA, over 90% of all products being produced out there in China were invented in the USA. So if that's the case, if that's really the case, if everybody's out there inventing, and isn't it great, and drawing and planning and building and prototyping, and then why are they sending it to China? And how can we help as the Made in the USA movement? That's what this radio show's about with Liz Havlin, Crafted with Pride, Made in the USA. It's the Made in the USA movement, and this show's every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And what we talk about is what's happening in America and how can we participate in the Made in the USA movement. And one of the ways that we could participate is by supporting businesses that are building and selling Made in the USA products. And that's the best thing you can do. Just the number one best thing you can do. So when you're in the store, please turn over the cups and see where they're made. And if you have a choice, if you have the freedom to choose Made in the USA, then please pay the extra, 17 cents and buy whatever it is, So anyways, enough about that ranting and raving. So Frank.
Yes.
Frank. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about what Al said. Al was on American Made on Wednesday. He's the president of Necco Candy.
That's right.
That's right. And so let's just do a little 60-minute diatribe, I'm not going to scream, about sugar, okay? So he brought up a point, that most of the sugar consumed in the U.S. was not U.S. sugar. And I'm just of the thought that, we shouldn't probably, consume too much sugar. I'm not advocating that we should just eat it. But what I'm saying is if you are going to have something that's flavored with real sugar, which is probably better than NutraSweet and all that other stuff, where's that sugar coming from? And why is it being imported when we have sugar here? And the reason I'm asking that, Frank, is because didn't he have a website for that?
Yes, he did. And I did pull it up. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find it.
So anyways, later on, if you guys are interested, you can just keep listening to the show. We'll have that a little later, but it's just a really interesting website with news and just all sorts of documentation on where our sugar comes from and what it's doing to Americans, because it's not good sugar, it's overprocessed. There's just a bunch of good material on there. So for sure you want to check it out as soon as we figure out where that is, So, anyways, back to the camper story. So we have China is ripping us off, copying our patented products, producing them in China. And so for every country that doesn't support U.S. patent laws, okay, so I have a patent. I spent my money. I wrote my patent. I drew my pictures. I went through the 5-year process. And I have a patented product in the USA, which means that if I have a patented product, Frank's not going to go, hey, that's a good idea, and go out to his garage and build one just like mine, because it just wouldn't go anywhere, because we play fair in America. I think that's one thing. It's like maybe America's a little fat and lazy, and we whine and we complain, and we don't take responsibility for our actions. But other than that, really Americans, we have an internal sense of pride. Like if somebody invents something, everybody's really striving to be an original person. And that's what I really want to start seeing more of, is people saying, I'm a unique person, and I have a blue mohawk, and this is who I am, and this is what I think about Made in the USA, and just getting people to start channeling their interesting and their creative energies into the Made in the USA movement. Because I'm telling you, Frank and I can't do it by ourselves, and luckily we're not by ourselves. We got Mark Riesbeck of USAonly.us. USAonly.us is a website that's completely chock full of over 1,000 businesses, Made in the USA businesses, that are the smaller, like the mom and pops. There's some medium-sized ones in there. There's one guy who has a couple of Made in the USA stores, so we're glad he's on there. So it's just a really good resource if you're like, well, what's made in Washington, or what's made in Boston? Then you can go on there and look and see where things are made. Did you find that website, Frank?
No, I didn't. I'm still looking, so hang in with me. We'll get it, or we'll post the link.
Eventually. We'll have to call Al. Hey, Al, how you doing? I really like that guy. I really like that we have 2 Made in the USA shows, because American Made is really like that one-on-one discussion with like the American manufacturer, and really like the product, and just it's really an interesting show. It's really an interesting show, and you can always count on it just being, because Crafted with Pride, we'll have 2 to 3 people call in, and so we're reliable, and we're glad that you're here. And then American Made, if you can catch it, it's on Wednesdays. And what time is that,
That's
Frank?
7 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay.
So it's 4 o'clock out on the left coast.
Right, so it's 4 o'clock, so you could maybe listen from work and put your headset on and nobody will know, 4 p.m.
You can listen on your iPhone and maybe even on your way home,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully one day we'll have enough, when we're a little bit more profitable, we'll have maybe we'll have an Internet Radio America app for your iPhone.
That's right.
You never know.
Absolutely.
So if there's any programmers out there listening, please write us an app so people can listen to InternetRadioAmerica.com on their iPhones, please. Someone. Okay, there. It'll get around eventually.
Actually, you can just go to the website and stream it right from the website.
To your phone?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So they go to InternetRadioAmerica.com, and then where, and then what are they looking for?
And they're just looking for the player. If you have a flash player, it'll work.
Oh. Well, see, but the Flash player doesn't work on my iPhone.
It doesn't work on your iPhone?
No.
Huh? I thought it did. I know it works on the Droid phones also.
Hey, speaking of iPhone and iPad and all that stuff we have, and I'm just really embarrassed that I have that. And I think I covered this last week, but I just have to say it one more time. I'm making a commitment to myself, because the number one thing that we buy from other countries is electronics. So I have I'm an addict, so I might have to have a 10-year plan. Okay, I'm going to have a 2-year plan to try to wean myself off electronics. I'm not saying I'm never going to watch TV. I'm not saying I'm, not going to play with my iPad, because I did pay, $600 for it. But I'm just saying that as new stuff comes out, I think I'm going to look at it and say, is it better than being outside? I'm just going to just try it. But anyways, okay, so back to the iPad. So the Apple factories, And this is a cold hard fact. And I know everyone's just, old iPad, and everyone loves like the company app, like the Apple company. And today Apple just released, had an 86 or $96 billion cash hoard, and it just finally, it bought back a lot of its own stock, which everybody's happy about because some people have money, not me, But, so that's fantastic. And so just, something else I want to say about Internet Radio America is that, this is pure media. This is pure talk radio. This is not contaminated by outside with people that are trying to sell you something or trying to convert how you think, because we want to know what you think. I mean, if you're out there listening to Crafted with Pride, Made in the USA with Liz Havlin and Frank at Rowdy Media. And Frank, what's the call-in phone number again?
617-381-4700.
4700. He says, gosh, wow. So I'm just glad that I'm just, if you are listening, I just want to say thank you, just because I just really want you to know that if I knew you, like you could call us and then you could email us and then you could, we're real people and we really care what you think, because that's what Made in the USA is all about. It's like, it's not protectionism, it's not even patriotism. I don't even really feel like that. I just feel like it's good business sense. Like if there's a need in my neighborhood, why don't I try to fill it, And so if everybody could just look around and just look at their neighborhoods and say, gosh, all these lawns look like junk. So what can I do? Maybe I should offer a $5 lawn service or something. Just look at what's around you, because that's where your income is coming from. Gone are the days that you're going to be signing up and working for a big corporation. You retire in 30 years, you have a pension, and you can retire. In Arizona, forget it. It's over. That's not what's going to happen. And so, our country is going through a transition right now where people really don't know what to do unless you're on Facebook and you can sit there for 6 hours. And so people are really, I'm on Facebook too. Sometimes I sit there for, I'm not going to say hours, but, it's really easy to get caught up in what's going on around you without thinking about what that is really. Like if you're spending like 5 hours a day on your iPad or your iPhone or even 2 hours, that's just a really long time to be not interacting with anything around your little bubble. And so it's going to be really hard for you to plan out your life when you're constantly thinking about, how am I going to make money? So number one, you got to get out of survival mode. You just got to get out of it, and so what Made in the USA means is that people are looking, you should get out there and think about, if you feel like you can't invent something, then maybe you should go and hook up with your local chamber of commerce and just see what kind of businesses are already in your area. You just need to go out and be proactive, because that's what's going to, you got to create your own opportunities, and this, America was built. We built it with our own two hands with no apps to help us do it. We just really, we built this country. We really did. And I just really feel like that's what we need to keep doing, is just go, okay, shake the dust off. If we, if there were no iPads in the whole world, would our life be over? No, it wouldn't, and just really just start to think about, so if we're going to start to manufacture, make for ourselves, look around your area and say, there's a lot of cotton here. I want to get involved with that. Or, hey, there's this is here or that's here. Or, there's just look in your state and look in your county and look in your city and, think about what your state and your area is famous for. Is it famous for potatoes? Okay, that's great. So how many of your potatoes are actually going to the stores, and how many are being sent overseas to be processed into dog food, and then they sell it back to us? So you really go out there and just be investigative. Go, gosh, I've driven by this bread factory for like 10 years on my way to work. Now I don't have a job. I'm not doing anything anyways, especially if you're on unemployment. This is what you need to do, is you need to go and spend the time. You're not looking for your required 10 jobs a week. Okay, don't be lazy, and go out and spend at least an hour a day in your area looking at where you live and what could you make a difference. Because I know there's no jobs. And I also know there's 24 hours in a day. And you sleep for like 8 of them, and you could have kids and a whole bunch of stuff going on. Put them in the car, just get out into your area and just really participate in what's going on around you. Don't go home to your apartment and just be like, well, now I'm going to watch TV. Well, that's fantastic. And you're absolutely not making a difference. Oh, dun 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 dun. Doot doot. This is Josh Miller. Josh.
Hey Liz, how's it going?
Hey, we're doing good. How are you, Josh Miller?
Oh, I've been sick all day. I didn't think I was going to make it, but you know what? I'm here and I'm going to do my best, okay?
That's right. As long as you're... well, it's good to have you. I'm just glad that you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps and came on.
I haven't been out of bed all day. I swear. That's how bad I've been, but you know what? This is important. I have a nice announcement coming today, so I had to get on here and get that announcement.
Let's get to it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll start off again like I always do, introduce myself. I'm Josh Miller. I'm creator of the Made in the USA 30-day journey. I'm going to travel across America for 30 days, living strictly off American-made products. We're going to search and try to find out if Made in the USA really means anything anymore to people, and we're going to talk about what's caused the rise and decline of USA-made goods. We're going to talk with politicians, businessmen, historians, and economists, and kind of find out what is causing the rise and decline of these goods. And like I said, we want to find out if Made in the USA means anything to anybody anymore. And my guess, based on the responses that we've been getting lately, I think that it does.
Well, I think that it does too, and I really think that once people hear about it, once people hear Made in the USA, it's like their mind kind of it's almost like it's like a sponge. They're just kind of like, what? And it just starts to open up. And the more you talk about Made in the USA, then the more they want to hear about it. So, hey, Josh, I think we have a caller. So, hey, you're live on Internet Radio America, Crafted with Pride.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Is this Curtis Lynn Cook?
This is Curtis Lynn Cook. How are y'all this evening?
Fantastic.
How are you, Curtis?
Doing great, man. Thanks.
Good. So I just wanted to have Curtis on for a minute to thank him for watching America Idol, and that we've enjoyed using it as a theme song for March for Crafted with Pride Made in the USA. So thank you, Curtis.
Hey, thank y'all for playing it. I'm glad y'all enjoy it. It's kind of a thing that Joe and I Joe Kent and myself wrote. Myself and some of the guys in my band recorded, and it's just kind of the way we feel about things. It's kind of a passing thing, this Made in the USA thing. So many things have gone overseas and kind of killed out the little guy, and it's a shame that it's like that. And that was just kind of our take on it, kind of in song, and we're glad that people enjoy the song. We really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, good, yeah.
It's a great song and great video. I enjoy listening to it. I try to share it on my Facebook wall and my Twitter stuff there on occasion. I think it's a great song, and I think every American needs to listen to that. It's definitely a great song. You guys did a great job.
Well, thanks a lot. We're awful proud of it. It's something we feel strong about, and folks need to get back to the Made in the USA mentality, and maybe we can bounce this thing back one of these days.
I think so. I think that we're on our way, and I think that things are moving along well. And like I said, songs like that and the Made in America movement is taking hold. I really think this issue is coming to the forefront, and we just got to keep on trucking.
Well, I agree. So many people relate to music and songs, and that's a good way for us to get the word out in music. A lot of times folks don't. I listen to a lot of talk radio, but I'm a musician and singer, obviously, so I take a lot of pride in what I do with that, and I can get more attention that way than I can running my mouth, so to speak. So that's kind of the avenue I went, but I feel real strong. I'm proud of it, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in. So I hope people love it as I do pride.
You're exactly right. The music industry, just the entertainment industry in general, is a good way to get our message out. When I was in D.C. this weekend, I was actually talking with our producers, and we were talking about different industries being affected in regards to stuff being outsourced and things of that nature. And we started talking about what if all of a sudden the film industry got outsourced? Because literally, entertainment is one of the number one, in my mind, job creators in this country as well. What if all of a sudden our entertainment industry went overseas? It's just
and believe it or not, it actually has to a degree. Some of the major market record companies are empowered by foreign companies. So, us indie guys, we still have the freedom to go down in our basement and record music that we all enjoy and love. So, to a certain degree. I mean, some of the bigger market music industry folks have converted over. I mean, they're owned by foreign markets, so that's a shame because it shouldn't have to be like that. As rich and intelligent as we are as Americans, we have to outsource anything.
Yeah, I agree, and that's one reason why I chose to do a film like this, because you got to understand there are people throughout the country trying this whole living off America. I was looking at a website. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's going to try to live off American-made products for a year. His name's Mike, and I can't remember his last name, but I thought if we turn this into a film and have some type of way to get to the viewers, like I said, the entertainment industry is so popular in America. That's why I thought turning this into a film would be a better avenue to reach viewers. So, that's kind of why I wanted to turn this into a film. I could have done it on my own and not created a film, but I really think that putting this in front of the viewers and giving that opportunity, to put this on the big screen, or say one day it gets on the History Channel or something like that, that it reaches more people. So, just like music.
Hey guys, we got to go to go to a break. But Curtis, Lynn, Cook, I'm so glad that you called in because I listened to this song, Watching America Idol, and I think about that you guys wrote it, and now it's part of my show. And then Josh is such a great guy, and I really love that everybody's taking media. So we have talk radio, we got a movie, and now we have music. And pretty soon we're going to add artists, and we're going to add everybody. And I just thank you, Curtis, for being part of our network. And I hope you listen to the rest of the show.
Well, man, I sure appreciate y'all taking the time to have me on. I do appreciate that.
Thank you, Curtis. Take care.
Good luck to everyone.
All right. Good evening. We'll be right back.
I'm a working man, but I don't got a job. I'm not begging for a handout. I ain't looking to get robbed. The system sure ain't fighting.
Internet Radio America.
Folks
the
like
Radio
you
Revolution.
It's time we made some noise, America. Introducing thegroupit.com, the American-made Group It, where American manufacturers unite and Americans rally behind them. We're coming back, America. Introducing thegroupit.com and its new section, American Made.
Hi, my name is Adrian Williams. I host a radio show on Internet Radio America called What's With America. Our 60-minute show examines important political, social issues and ideas in plain and simple terms that avoid party politics and cowardice talking points, giving you and your opinions an opportunity to compete against the controlling noise of corporate-driven media. Join the conversations Mondays at noon on Internet Radio America.
100% natural nutraceutical supplements created to help you with your personal health goals. Our products will help you achieve them. We've created over 150 supplements, from amino acids, sports nutrition, fat burners, organics, joint health, protein powder, protein bars, and many more. FH, creating a healthier you. Come visit us on the web at www.f-h.co. That's www.f-h.co.
I'm a working man.
Let's get back to Liz Havlin, Crafted with Pride.
I'm not begging for a handout. I ain't looking to get robbed. The system sure ain't fighting for folks like you and me.
You gotta love Curtis Lynn Cook's voice coming through and singing from the bottom of his heart. Boy, I just love him. All right, so if you're just joining us, I'm Liz Havlin, and you're on Crafted with Pride Made in the USA, and I have my friend Josh Miller and you can visit Josh on his website at USA 30, the number 30, so USA30days.com. All right, Josh Miller, so a little bird told me about an announcement that you want to make.
Well, obviously, like you said, our website's www.usa30days.com. We're going to we appreciate, the support that our fans and also the USA businesses have provided us so far. It's been amazing. So we wanted to reward our fans and give them an opportunity to become even more involved in the film in some way. Mm-hmm. So we've created what is called the American Dream Contest. And like I said, I've been a little out of it today, so I'll try to spill this out as good as possible here. Okay, the American Dream Contest. If we have 2,500 followers on Twitter and 2,000 Facebook fans by April 30th, we will select a finalist from the Twitter group and a finalist from the Facebook group, and draw the two finalists. The name drawn gets to spend a day with a friend of their choice they can bring with them, gets to spend a day in our lives on whatever location that they want while we film.
Fun! Fun!
All expense paid. And we're going to put out a video announcing that as well. But it's called the American Dream Contest. And once again, if we have 2,500 Twitter followers, I think we're up to 600 now, and 2,000 Facebook fans, then the name drawn on April 30th, they get to choose what location, based on the locations that we announce, which one they want to go to, and they can also bring a friend. We'll fly them out to our location, free of charge. So we really think that's a great opportunity to allow our fans to get involved and also live a day in our life in terms of filming.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. So, okay, everybody's out here, they're listening or re-listening, or maybe they're listening to it tomorrow, so I feel like we're time traveling. But if you know anybody that wants to be in this Made in the USA movie, then please, you don't have to, it doesn't cost any money. It costs you one little click with your one little finger. So you click on Facebook and read about what Josh is about, like him on Facebook, because I'm sure you're going to like him, because everybody loves Josh Miller. And then also go and follow him on Twitter, because he might have little announcements and secrets and just fun stuff and where he's going to be. So maybe if he's coming through your town, don't you want to know if Josh Miller's coming through town, then maybe you get to be in the movie anyway. So you get 2 chances to win, or 3 chances. Once on Facebook and once on Twitter, and maybe he's going to come to your town and, you get a chance to meet him.
Well, we thought it would be neat to kind of do like a little battle between the social networks, because obviously Twitter and Facebook are very popular. So we're going to take a Twitter finalist and a Facebook finalist, and on April 30th, we'll draw the finalists there, and there'll be one name between the Twitter and Facebook. So there'll be one winner, and they'll be able to bring a friend of whoever they want. And like I said, they get to spend a day with us. They get to eat with us. They get to basically live the life that I'm living for a day of their choice. We already have places on our map right now. We're going to be in Chicago. We're going to be in New Orleans. We're going to be in Los Angeles. We're going to be in Seattle. I think I said
Seattle.
Yeah, so we're coming to Seattle as well. Yes, I was going to mention that as well today. We're going to go to Miami. I'm going to spend time in my hometown of Charleston, West Virginia. We're going to be in D.C. So we're going to be everywhere, and they get to choose the place that they want to go. I can't think of any. It's free. I can't think of any other better contest to reward our fans for their support. But like I said, we have to hit that limit. It's very important. We thought that would be a neat way to get more fans to our site. We already have a lot coming in, but I just wanted to kind of catapult it a little bit. So I really think that this contest will be effective, and it'll just keep growing. This whole movement just keeps growing.
Hey,
so I'm excited about it.
I was raising my hand, but obviously you didn't see me. But I wanted to ask a question. So, if somebody wanted to upload a video onto YouTube saying what Made in the USA meant to them, and they emailed you the link to their video, would you watch it?
Of course I would.
Yeah,
they can actually. I think they can actually upload a video to my Facebook fan page. That was one thing that I was going to try to implement too. I thought it would be a neat thing for if people find a Made in the USA product, for them to videotape it, and with them actually having it in their hand. I think they can post videos on my fan page. I even think they can do it on Twitter as well. So I don't have any restrictions. I mean, it's like I said, I think as far as I know, you can do that on the Facebook fan pages. So yes, they can even post them on there. I'll definitely look at them. Anybody just saying, hey, we're supporting you, or hey, here's a cool product. That's what that fan page is for. I want to learn new products every day, because I keep, every day there's someone sending me a product or talking about a product. I'm like, man, I haven't heard of that before. or I didn't know it was made here. That's the whole point of this. I want people to post on my page.
Yeah, and maybe they want to take a little video or a picture of some made in the USA product like that they found and just post it on up there, you know?
I would love that. We would, I think that's great. I encourage that. I definitely do, because initially we wanted people going to our website, USA30days.com, but I really think that I can communicate with fans more effectively. I want to keep them coming to the Facebook page. I really haven't pushed that fan page a lot, but now with this new contest, we're really going to be pushing the Facebook and the Twitter, and I just want to be able to be more interactive with fans. Right now, we've been prepping a lot. Now I want to use the month of April and really interact with fans, because they've shown us so much support. We're almost at $13,000 on Indiegogo. That's incredible.
Wow.
We couldn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's almost triple of what our goal was, and we couldn't do that without the fans. So that's why I came up with this contest. I think we need to reward our fans for being, so loyal and continuing to send us messages of encouragement every day. It just means a lot. And I wanted a fan to, to have that chance to kind of live this American dream for one day.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I think, too, is like this is their chance to really, if you really want to be creative or, or show us something, then really, because people listen to our podcast, Josh, it's like I upload them onto YouTube and people listen to them, or you can listen to them at InternetRadioAmerica.com, but, people listen to them and they listen to what we're saying. And I'm just so proud of everybody for like every week we have a radio show. Every day you're working on your movie. Every day I'm working on my Wear USA. Frank's working on his his InternetRadioAmerica.com. And I'm just so proud of everybody working together. And it's all these independent people that found each other. They can operate independently of each other. So if there's anyone out there, within the sound of our voices, please pick up the phone or email or make contact with us. And let us know if you have an idea or something. Let us know, because we'd love to at least hear what you have to say. Show us.
I agree. That I'd love to wake up and have 50 pictures of American-made products on my fan page. That's encouraging. That's what I want to see. That's that interaction. That's what we need to do, and that's what keeps this movement strong. Because every day if we learn something new about Made in the USA, I think that we're doing our job. And I really think that, like I said, this movement is really just pushing forward even better every day. And I get more excited about it every day. I think, man, I'm leaving in May. And this is going to be one of the craziest journeys of my life. But it's also
how exciting! But how exciting! And then, Josh, and then I want to go back to something like that we've touched on a couple times. But I want to, our listeners, if this is the first time that you've met Josh Miller, Josh he played baseball and had quite the career going. And so I just, Josh, can you just spend some time and tell us about that, your transition into your Made in the USA journey?
Okay. Well, like I said, I did play baseball the majority of my life. I was a pretty good athlete. I played baseball, basketball, football. My main thing was baseball, though. I played 4 years of college baseball. I was an All-American my senior year. I got to play in the College World Series since Division II. I played about a year and a half of independent professional ball. I spent time in Evansville, Indiana, and Chillicothe, Ohio, playing. I just really, my shoulder just gave out, and my career basically just slowly ended. And it was really tough. I mean, just one day you wake up and you realize your career is over, and that was really hard. But and then probably a few months after that, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. And I remember that like it was yesterday, and it's been a few years now. I just remember one day we were kind of sitting around and talking about, what we all wanted to do with our lives, and, leave no stone unturned, kind of stuff like that, because it was all up in the air at the time. And that's when I kind of really decided I wanted to do filmmaking. And then right after all that happened, my mother's doing well now. And then a century...
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a tough part of my life, but it really kind of catapulted me into this film thing. But like I said, right after that, a business in my hometown shut down, and 600 jobs were lost. And I
okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, it was an aluminum plant. I'm not going to go into the name, but it was just an aluminum plant. It employed between 600 and 800 people. It shut down. And, my father-in-law lost his job. My grandparents had lost some benefits, and it was just terrible for the town. There were still some businesses there, but it just was slowly, just turning into a ghost town. And that was a real tough thing. And then you find out that they're still operating overseas, and it just kind of, grinds your gears. You're just, you don't know, you're just thinking, why? I understand economic conditions are tough, and sometimes things happen, but, they're still operating overseas. It just kind of lit that fire in me. And then I started looking around at everything, and I'm like, this says made in China, this says made in Vietnam, this, I could never find anything that was made in this country. So I just said, I wonder if I could live. I called one of my friends, Veronica Lewis, who was actually a producer. She's now an associate producer. I called her and I said, I wonder if I could live off products made in the USA for 30 days. And she said, well, I don't know. And I said, I think I want to make a film out of it. And then I called up Ron Newcomb, who I knew had experience in film. He loved the idea, and we just kept moving forward. And, we're kind of at where we're at now. It's just really blossomed. But it's kind of had some ups and downs in my life, and I think that's all part of life. You have your ups and downs and your moments of impact that kind of change who you are. But, I've always been an ambitious person, and I take this journey in pride because I believe in America, and I really think that we can turn ourselves around. And it's not that America's weak. I just think that, like I said before, I think that we're kind of falling asleep or being walled to sleeping.
I think we're confused, Josh. I think we're confused because you know what? There's so much stuff telling me what to do. My phone tells me what to do. My computer tells me what to do. My car talks back to me. I got the bank. Everything's a card. There's not real money. If you give somebody real money, they're like, ooh, what's that? It's just that people are so far removed about what's reality. It's like why was everybody so excited to go into I want to work for a big box company and just work at a corporation and be a dude at a desk? When did that become that's okay? So you could live in you work in a box, you live in a little, in like another little box stacked up with some other boxes, and you just don't have, it's not a life. People are like, wow, like grass. I mean, when people are excited, in New York, and I love New York, it's a great place, and I'm staying at the W Hotel, and they have this, it's a perfect square foot of grass, of lawn. And it's spotlighted from this, ceiling, and there's marble, and there's one light, and it's like spotlighting this perfect square foot of grass. It's like perfectly level and perfectly green. And I'm like, and everyone's just like, wow, it's grass, and they're touching it. And I was like, well, you can come and cut my lawn anytime. Come on over.
Yeah.
So he just. You know what, and you know what I hope you do, Josh. This is one of the things. And now it's on air, so I can guilt you into it. But I would really like it if you could do film yourself riding with a truck driver for along some expansive highway. I would just really love and just maybe here's my dream. Oh gosh, it's crazy, Josh. It's crazy. So. I have containers full of made in the USA products coming from South Carolina on the railroad, and then they get moved by truck, to someplace like North Dakota. So it's actually starting to happen. It's starting to happen, and I'm so excited. Yes, and the railroad is like, how can we help you? And I just wanted to give a shout out to Burlington Northern. Because yes, they are owned by Warren Buffett, but you know what? They are working with me to help me figure out how can I help small businesses get their products into a container and onto the railroad and send them to different places. Because everybody has the big ideas and everybody is different. But my strength is look, now we're going to actually be able to get things from Louisiana to Ohio. So it's not going to be a big deal. It's going to come by railroad, And we're not going to be awesome. Yes, and the whole thing about how we're using so much oil, well, we're not going to be using up so many tires, And so, but then with that, people are like, well, truck drivers are going to lose their jobs. And I'm like, but they're not, though. Because instead of driving from 4 or 5 states away, they could just deliver in their hometown. They could just go get the container off the railroad and take it to the store. And it's going to work because the railroad said it's going to, they're helping us, Josh. And it's like when you have the railroad behind you, they built America. How can we fail?
The good Lord.
All right, we're going. Hey, we're going to a break. And this is Liz Havlin, Crafted with Pride, Made in the USA, and we'll be back in a minute.
Everybody in the whole damn country has got a big debt to pay. The Poor man's getting poor.
You're listening
He's got a
to
bank sign in his
Internet
yard.
Radio America, the radio revolution.
What's back?
Wednesday night on Internet Radio America. It's the show that all Americans are talking about. It's American made. It's a show about American products. Debra Wright hosts American Made, a show about American manufacturers, and find out where to get American-made products. Sponsored by thegroupit.com. It's American Made on Internet Radio America, Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Birthmark is a boutique marketing and design firm specializing in generating huge ROI for small businesses. If you're a business owner, call us today at 480-553-0090 or visit our website at birthmarkbrands.com. Birthmark, what makes you different?
It's time we made some noise, America. Introducing thegroupit.com, the American-made Groupit, where American manufacturers unite and Americans rally behind them. We're coming back, America. Introducing thegroupit.com and its new section, American Made.
You're listening to Internet Radio America, the radio revolution.
About $3 gasoline.
All right, let's get back to Liz Havlin. Crafted with pride, made in the USA on Internet Radio America.
Well, now it's ham and beans. I got a
Love it.
Talent at
And good evening,
door.
America. If you're just joining us, we have Josh Miller
See, I
from
can live
USA30days.com. And then also, I believe we have a caller. Is this Miss Debra Harrison?
It is.
All right. So, America, please meet Debra Harrison. And Debra Harrison, she wrote a book. It's 100% created and printed in the USA. Debra, how are you?
I'm doing great, and thank you so much for having me on. I truly, truly appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate that you're coming on to our because Deborah and I have something in common. So let's get to the book in a second. So Deborah, I talked to her on the phone and I say, "Is this a number that I can text you on?" And she says, "No." And I said, "Oh." I said, "So do you have a cell phone?" "No." And and she, I love it when I find someone and she doesn't watch TV, because I don't watch TV. I will watch, for example, going off subject, I was watching a bird nature show and both my cats watched it with me. Okay, so I'll watch that kind of TV because it's entertaining to watch the cats watch the birds. It's entertaining. But so anyway, so back to Deborah. So I just love, because Deborah's not contaminated by major media. She's like, she's not trying to be, famous on TV. She just wants people to know about her book. And we want to know about your book, Deborah. So tell us about your book.
Well, actually, it's a children's book, and the title's Creatures in My Room, and I am the author and illustrator. And it deals with a really common childhood problem, dealing with fears of the dark. And it was created for my daughter, and everybody has the fear of the dark when they're a kid, and I really thought that if I could help her, I could really help a lot of other children with the same problem. And it's been, I've had a great, overwhelming response to it, and it's just absolutely amazing.
Well, and it's a very caring book. I haven't read it yet, but I like it already. So I know you're going to put that in the mail so I can read it. I'm so excited. And then I need an autographed copy for the Made in the USA show. So anyways, yes, and so it's fun. So Deborah, so you won't think less of me if I'm still scared of the dark, will you?
No, not at all.
Okay. So this book will help me. So could you please read us some of the book, a paragraph from the book?
Sure. Would you like me to the start of the book, or
the part that's going to help me not be scared of the dark?
Oh my! Let me see here.
Or just like your daughter's favorite paragraph. How about that? And Josh wants to hear that too, don't you, Josh?
Yes, I do. I'm actually looking at it right now on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, and Josh is sick, so he needs a little bedtime story anyways. He's not feeling good, but he came onto the show. So, okay, Debra's going to read us her daughter's favorite paragraph, or one of them, anyways, from Creatures in My Room. And she's going to attempt to get me over my fear of the dark. Here we go.
Well, I don't know, but this is her favorite part. It says, so no more excuses, no more for me, no more crying, I have to pee, no more yelling, I need a drink, no more come in here, I see something, I think, no more telling my mom a tall tale, and no more putting the house up for sale. Since that scary night, it's all been okay. A good lesson learned, lying sure doesn't pay. The creatures have gone to some other place, but I still keep a light on, just in case.
Yeah, they're at my house. They are. I don't know, because I have a big creepy house. I have a 3-story house built in 1902. It's on a hill. It has a basement and another floor and all these rooms, and then I sleep at the top of it. And, and it's haunted. And there's monsters, so it's fine. It's good. So Debra, okay, tell me, how hard is it to write a book? It just seems like I really want to write a book. Everybody does. So what was what's the advice you can give to us wannabe book writers?
I guess it would be never give up. If it's something that you really, truly want to do, as long as you keep plugging away at it, just never give up, and you can achieve it.
So is there like a daily goal? Like, do you sit down every day and go, okay, I'm going to type the next word is and,
Well, actually, my little girl, she was so interested and got so involved in the story, she was constantly asking me, do you have something new? Did I write more? So it really encouraged me to really dive into it. And she was repeating the rhymes almost immediately. And I thought, wow, I think I might really have something here. It was sticking with her. So that really, it took me 2.5 years to complete the illustrations and the story. And it took me 52 rewrites.
My goodness. My goodness. But you kept going, and so that's what Josh says, Josh Miller, and that's what Debra Harrison says. She wrote a book. Josh is making a movie about just keep moving forward. Don't stop and go, oh my God, what do I do? Just go, okay, you know what, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to lean forward and just go and just take a step forward in any direction and just keep moving.
That's right. And one of the things that I really loved and was very, very important to me is that it was written and illustrated. It was printed and digitally scanned and published in America.
Yes, made in the USA. Okay, Frank, applause.
That's awesome. So how difficult was that? I'm not trying to jump in there, but how difficult was that to get that accomplished? Was that something that really took a lot of effort to make sure it all stayed in this country? Or,
It was my... I had other people telling me, send the book out. It's going to be cheaper. It's going to be cheaper. And that really wasn't an option for me. My stepfather is a Vietnam vet, and it was my way of honoring him by doing this. And, of course, he is one of the most patriotic men that I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. And it really wasn't an option. It wasn't hard. It was definitely more expensive to have made here, but it was worth every penny.
Okay.
Well, you know what I think is I just think that I am just, and I say this all the time, but I just want everybody to know, I'm just such a proud, I'm just proud of everybody just working on what they're good at, and then just using that and making it true all the way through, like when Made USA Clothing. So me, Liz Havlin, I've wearusa.org, and basically I'm an advocate for Made USA products and apparel. And I've gone out to places where they don't have websites, and I've seen factories that people don't know exist, and, they make an awful lot of Made USA socks in Alabama, and none of them are at Walmart. And so I'm investigating those, like those kinds of things, because I want Made in USA socks to be at my neighborhood Walgreens. So that's what I'm working on, And so it's always great to, like, once a week, like, tune in, or twice a week, because, you know, Wednesdays we have American Made is another Made USA show. But I'm just proud because every week both shows are full of people that are just really pushing and just starting the conversation about Made in USA, you know. And so, Debra, with your book, just tell us, too, just one last thing. So have you gotten just tremendously rich and you're successful off writing a book and publishing it?
No.
No, because you don't even have a cell phone because you can't afford it. I'm just kidding, but, you know.
Actually not. I do school visits, and the reward that I get out of that is worth far more than any dollar amount that I could ever receive.
Right, because money's not everything.
That's true. That's true.
And so,
I'm definitely going to order your book. I'm going to order it for my nephews. So I'm definitely you got a buyer already. I'm definitely going to get it.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I certainly appreciate that.
No problem at all.
Well, you guys know Amazon is building 3 new distribution centers in the South. 2 are in South Carolina. And so that's exciting because people, okay, so here's the thing I notice with small businesses, you know, is that they have a hard time getting started because they feel like they need to buy this stuff. They got to buy a big website and they got to do this and they got to do that. And they don't because they can put it on Amazon. And Amazon has fulfillment. So if you have a really cute hat, then you can send them boxes of your cute hats with a picture and they can upload it and they'll do fulfillment for you. So when someone buys one of your hats, they'll throw it in the box. And off it goes, you know. Yeah, and we invented that. Amazon is made in the USA and made in Seattle, I might say, you know. And so I'm really proud, you know. And so so now that people are listening to us, what are we saying? So Josh, why don't you speak again about, so your movie is about, so what are you actually going to be doing?
I'm going to be traveling the country, and I'm going to travel the country for 30 days. I'm going to live basically to the best of my ability. I want to do 100%. We're going to find out if that's going to happen or not off USA-made products. I'm going to travel to some of the major cities. I'm going to interact with politicians, business owners. I'm going to try to get in touch with historians and economists as well because I want to find out, number one, even when I talk to locals, if Made in the USA means anything anymore, or is that a thing of the past? And I want to find out if you know, whatever the scenario is, what's caused the rise and decline of USA-made goods? Or maybe is this just something that, since the economy's bad, that it feels like we don't make anything anymore? This is basically a search for answers and also self-discovery because I really want to know if I can survive off just American-made products. I want to know how dependent we are on other countries. And like I said, I know people say it's a global economy, things are changing, but you know, I really think that we can still look inward a little more and take care of our country because I keep telling
definitely
people
agree.
We can't take care of the rest of the world if we can't take care of our own self and our own families. And to me, America is family first, and America is our family. And we need to take care of America.
I agree. Hey, Debra. Hey, so Debra, why do you think, or do you think, or what do you think about people? Are they scared about just supporting the Made in the USA movement? I mean, you know, we spend, I don't know, like $40 billion a year on imported stuff, you know, and are we scared to change? Or why hasn't the change come faster, do you think?
You know, I really don't know. I don't know if people are afraid. That's a tough question.
Like, what is it? Like, what's stopping everybody from just going, that's it? I'm never going to shop at this store again until they carry Made in the USA stuff, you know. But then that sounds so.
I just think they don't know.
That would be wonderful.
Let's go and protest, a quiet, happy protest.
Well, see, like I said, I honestly think that some people just don't know where the stuff's made, and that's why it's important. They can't read the tag. Well, I know it sounds crazy, but literally, when I told you that, I wish it was a joke, but when I told you that my friend said, I try to support American-made products, when I go to the mall, I buy American Eagle. A lot of people don't take the time to do that because, you know, I know people are struggling. They run into a Walmart or whatever shop.
People are struggling. People are struggling. That's why they're buying iPads. It's because they're struggling, you know? What about those people? What about me? Like, okay, so I've converted. I mean, I do a very good job at whatever I'm wearing is made in the USA. I do a very good job at that, but it took like 2 years to build a wardrobe. Like you're talking about, oh my God, I got to get clothes. Good luck. Unless you want socks, underwear, and T-shirts and overalls and flannel shirts, that's what you're going to be wearing for 30 days, you know? But, Oh, and okay, so back to me for a second. Okay, Wear USA. The other thing that I do, wearusa.org, the other thing that I do is we put on Made in the USA shows. And Josh Miller is coming to Seattle, hopefully. But anyhow, it's like we just, we're having Made in the USA shows, fashion shows. Because another reason why people buy made in somewhere else clothes and apparel and products is because they don't have a choice. Because it's not in the store, and the reason it's not in the store is because the retail buyer has decided that that's not what you want. Mm-hmm. Because there's no one else making that decision but you know, about what you want, you know. But like today I was having a conversation with one of my friends. She's like, you know, it took me, I had to go to 12 stores to find green shoes. I just wanted a pair of green shoes. And I know, you know, and she found them at Ross or something finally, you know. But it's like, why is it so hard to find what we want in stores we're spending our money on? And why aren't we mad? And so with these Made in the USA fashion shows, they're great because we have designers coming from all over the country. People are sending us clothes. Some people are flying here, like Kangles, you know, and they were on one of our shows, kangleswithac.com, you know, and so we're going to put their jewelry in the show at the Space Needle in the middle of Seattle, the Space Needle, the symbol of the, you know, the World's Fair, you know, and I just feel like things are finally starting to happen and we're starting to come together, and I'm just, you know, I'm glad you guys are here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Things are definitely coming together. I'm excited to come to Seattle. I've never been to the West Coast. I've been all over the Midwest, East Coast, and I'm definitely excited to make my way out to LA and Seattle, and definitely looking forward to meeting you. So, like I said, I'm excited about the movement, and you are right. I think that, like you said, I know like when I say people are struggling, I realize that I just think sometimes, like I said, people just don't look at the tag. Like I said, they're just in a hurry and things like that. But this is our job. This is what we're doing. This is what this movement is, raising awareness. And when we show people that their decisions can make a difference, I think they start looking at that tag more often. Mm-hmm. So that's our job, and we need to get that out there and keep raising that awareness. And what we're doing, I think, is a good step in that direction.
Mm-hmm. So what do you suggest, either of you or both of you, so how do you start a Made in the USA conversation?
Oh, my.
You want me to take that?
Sure.
Okay, well, I just come out plain out and say, hey, what do you do to help support your country? And I kind of just get some feedback from them, and I say, well, I ask them, do you support, your country? And they say, well, yeah, 100% all the way, go America. And I say, well, let's look at all the clothes you have on. This isn't made here, this isn't made here. And I just tell them, I'm not telling you to do a complete overhaul in one day. How about once a week you try to commit to buying one thing made in this country, or two, and see how it feels and see, if it changes your budget any or anything of that nature. I just tell people, if you want to make a difference, you got to go out and do it. You can't talk about it. So I at least try to put a bug in someone's ear each week or a couple people and hope that, they tell someone else, which is what a grassroots style movement's all about. And I think it's going well. The website's doing well. The film idea is doing well.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. You're really just doing a great job. So, okay, Deborah, your turn.
Yes. I actually agree with that. If everybody went out and once a week, really look for something made in America. And honestly, word of mouth, when other people find out that you're really into it and you're taking the bull by the horns and really searching these items out, I think it's going to catch, more people, and hopefully the younger generation is going to catch on. I think that's going to be important.
It is going to be important, and so we need to, it's like if they're, and that's the thing, is like everyone has their own circle of influence, and so I just really feel like it's time for people to leverage their circle of influence your friends, your family, your coworkers, and just like people on the bus, just anybody, and just start a conversation about Made in the USA. And if you find something that's Made in the USA, please thank the store manager or say something to a clerk. Because, like Josh said, people may not be aware. So if you find a Made in the USA candle, be excited. Be excited, that you found something that was crafted with pride and Made in the USA.
Exactly. System sure ain't fighting.
All right, kids, that's it. Good night, America. We'll see you next week.
And me.
Take care.
Good night.
And the way this thing is going, it's going to bring us to our knees. The good Lord gives. Uncle Sam.